Hey guys, something a little different for this video. Oh, sorry, the itchy nose. I don't tend to do many movie reviews, but if you've seen my trailer reactions for Ready Player One, you know that I'm a massive fan of the book. I did finally get around to seeing the film yesterday, so I want to give my thoughts on the film. Sorry, really itchy nose. I'll try and keep it as spoiler-free as I can. If I do get carried away and start talking about stuff, I apologise if you haven't seen the film. But yeah, I wanted to give my thoughts on the film because I was really nervous going to the cinema yesterday ahead of the film because I do love the story of the book really like a great deal. So I'm going to give my overall impressions. Overall, I think it's a really good film. I think they did it really, really well. Obviously, the amount of references and properties mentioned in the book, it would be impossible to do in a film because of all the different people writing the different things. But even if things weren't shown, they did have like references and like talking about things, which is pretty cool. I think they handled the story pretty well. I think there's a couple of little twists in the plot. I think okay, that's not what I was expecting, but it flowed well. Like it made sense in a grand scheme of things. It's just like we had so other characters you expect to show up in certain places they don't. And like there's a certain artifact that Parza or Raid gets given in the film where he actually owns it a different way in the book. Like in the book, he earns his artifact by purely by doing a perfect game of Pac-Man in a certain arcade machine. He wins a quartets on the cabinet. Whereas in the film, he obtains it through a completely other way or a different method, which when I saw the quarter and the fact that he couldn't give it back, I kind of trigged what it was. But it was kind of threw me a bit of a curveball because okay, that doesn't happen there normally. They do tend to move things around. Like there's one story arc in the book which has actually been switched to a completely different character in the film, which threw me for a second when I realised what was happening, but it worked really well. Like the way it went with the film, it just fit. It fit the story, and I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that Ernest Cline was involved in the screenplay. So I think the fact that the guy who wrote the book was heavily involved in adapting it to film really kind of everything that should be there and everything that's quite important was there. I was a bit disappointed that Simon Pegg's character Og Morrow was a bit didn't have as many scenes, or didn't seem to have as many scenes as he did in the book. Like, this is going to dip into spoiler territory, but the nightclub scene in the book, Simon Pegg's character has a big role in that part, whereas he's not present at all in the film. So that kind of threw me, and I thought, are they going to scrap that part of the storyline altogether? I didn't. It turned out that Simon Pegg's character was involved in a much more important way, which was really well hidden, which is cool. There was a bit of a twist at the end where when you connected stuff together, it's like, oh, actually, that makes sense. So I think also a lot of the things to make it like not too long a movie, because I think it was about 2 hours already. They did kind of streamline the process a lot. So in the book, you got the 3 challenges to earn the keys, and then you have a gate to get through, which is another test. and in the book they've kind of, so you had like 2 steps for each key, whereas in the film they kind of streamlined it to one, and not one of the 3 was the same as it was in the book. There was one element with one which was the same, but got moved to a different place in the film. So yeah, it's a weird one because it's very, in some ways I'm a bit like, oh, I changed that, but at the same time I can see why. I can see why they had to do certain changes. Not least, let alone the fact that the licensing fees would be astronomical to get everything they wanted in. But it's hard to explain. Like, you go in with a certain, I think I was right to go in expecting, or with no expectations, because I think, okay, I know it's different from the book, but let's see where it goes. One thing I was really nervous about, because I hadn't checked IMDb in the months coming up to the release, was the reports that some people were saying that Sho and Daito were going to be cut from the film. There were quite important parts in the book, so I was a bit concerned when they said that they were potentially not going to be in it, and that I-Rock was going to have a big, more expanded role. So I'm not going to give anything away about the character or anything, but I-Rock's role is significantly different to what you expect if you're going off the book. It wasn't the role that I thought. I thought he might kind of take the place of Sho and Daito, which I'm glad to say he didn't, because like the character in the book wouldn't, like, it would have been a complete shift of his character. Sho and Daito, while they were in there, they were pretty decent. They did make quite big changes to their storyline as well. Like, there's a crucial scene in one of those 2 which doesn't happen in the film. But in the book it's quite a big turning point. I think I can see why they didn't do it in the film, because it would be quite graphic, and I think they were trying to keep it like the 12A range. If they had to put that scene in, it would have been a lot. Obviously, would have been a lot more graphic, and would have pushed the age rating up, I think. Yeah, I think overall, I'm going to sum it up. It's well worth a watch, but I definitely recommend reading the book as well, or listening to the audiobook. The film looks visually stunning. I love what they did with the Oasis. It does look, they set up the Oasis really well. The characters were great. They really handled the character of H really well. They didn't go all out with H and with all like backstory, which is a bit of a shame. But obviously, with the food controversy and in Beauty and the Beast, I'm not surprised I didn't make a big point of that. But yeah, it's well worth checking out. And if you do enjoy the film, please do read the book, because although it is near enough the same story, there are, like, the way they go around it is completely different. There are, like, major changes in all the challenges. In the book, obviously, you do get a bit more of a rounded picture about what's going on. You get more of the backstory about what's going on in the real world, whereas the film doesn't give much of a reason for why the Oasis is such a big part of people's lives. I have to apologise about the background noise. Cody's decided to bring some of his toys in, so he's playing with his Giggle Ball. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yeah, like I say, please do check out the film. It's really entertaining to watch. Great characters, great. The cast in general is pretty decent. I'm really, really glad I went to see it. and I am happy with the changes that they've done. So I would have liked it to be as faithful as possible, but I understand it's not possible to do that. So yeah, if you're after a good afternoon, lots of there's so many Easter eggs, so many blink and you miss it things, or so many references to different things as well. So there's obviously with Spielberg directing, you got references to Jurassic Park, references to Indiana Jones. So many little things you look as actually. And then there's all the computer game references, film references. Because I think The Shining gets quite a big focus, which it doesn't get in the book. But yeah, if you're a bit of a geek, if you love your video games and your films, your CGI, just please check it out. You'll be in for a good ride. Anyway, have you got any thoughts about the film? Have you seen it? What do you think? Have you seen the book and have you seen the film and read the book? What are your thoughts on the changes they made? Please try and spoil too much, just in case people watching haven't seen it. But my recommendation is go and see it. It's a great soundtrack, great visuals, entertaining story. And once you've seen it, come back, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time. See ya, bye.